All right. You can cut it off. We are now a new social relevant show. These goddamn headphones. I don't like the headphones.
Don't play the headphones for when you
I said
can't
a
speak
social
properly.
relevant show now.
Socially relevant.
Yes, that's what we are. Welcome to My Wife Hates Me radio show. Give us a call, 866-969-1969. That's 866-969-1969. This Friday and Saturday, we will be at the Arlington Cinema Draft House, Arlington, Virginia. One show Friday, two Saturday. Bonnie and myself come on out because we never work together.
This is the last time we're ever going to work together.
Well, we were just offered to do another theater. And also October 1st through 3rd, I'll be in Albany at the Comedy Works. 1 through 3 in Albany at the Comedy Works. This weekend, Arlington Draft House. Welcome, Bonnie.
You're welcoming me to my own show? Thank you.
Yes, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah,
you went up for
right?
a couple auditions today, or at least one.
One.
How did it go? A voiceover. Well, voiceovers, why can't you do that over the phone?
It's nice because you don't have to put on Spanx. It's a nice thing.
Talking to the mic, please.
I can't. I was going to eat, but I don't have time, and now it's all messy.
You're doing a radio show. We're drive time in L.A., okay? We're drive time. Give us a call, 866-969.
Your voice is too... Why is his voice so loud every time? It's you. You're doing it wrong.
No.
He can't help it. That's his voice. You should be able to,
I think my voice is good.
We can hear my daughter in the background and our first guest.
So how did your voiceover? How many people were there?
It was one of those places where it's like a commercial. It's like 87 different people for
downtown.
6 different auditions.
Down in the 20s or something?
Yeah.
I've been there. I never got anything.
Have you?
Never got anything.
No.
The lady that owns the place is so nice. Little blonde-headed lady. You know what I'm talking about?
You act like you don't know where it is.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Where is it then?
It's in the 20s.
No, it's not.
It's in the 14s.
No, it's not.
Where is it?
It's way down past World Trade Center.
Yep, they moved it.
Okay.
They moved it.
Whatever. You're right.
It's right. It's right by that curve down there.
20 years ago, you went to somewhere for a voiceover, and now you're like, I know her. I've told you repeatedly that's not her name. You're like, yep, that's the gal.
I almost got the voiceover. Fucking, I was beaten out by a duck. Get it? Daffy Duck.
No, I don't get it, and it's stupid, and I'm not laughing at it.
Come on, I thought it was kind of funny. I was up for a voiceover. I'll do it again. And I was beaten out by a duck. You get it?
Yes, it's hilarious. You're a genius.
Okay, before we bring our guests on, let's talk about what we went through Sunday. I called into Obi's show, and it didn't go. Why don't you just eat with your fucking fingers and quit pretending you're fucking
I'm not Rich. Calm down, first of all, okay? You're just so xenophobic. You're scared of chopsticks.
I'm not xenophobic. Don't try to use words that none of our audience gets. Xenophobic.
Call in if you know what xenophobia is. We're going to give you 2 free tickets to our show in D.C. Yeah, no, it's just because I don't want to get it all over my... It's messy. I don't want to get it all over my hand.
Do you want to talk about... And save me a piece, please. Do you want to talk about Sunday?
Go get one. You took already the best thing.
I took 2 little pieces. Do you want to talk about Sunday? You explain what went on Sunday.
Sunday, Rich booked us in the most wonderful 2 gigs I've ever been on in my life. The first gig, out front on the theater, there's a sign. It says childhood cancer benefit. That's what we're walking into in the daytime. So it was like, I started complaining right away. I was making fun of it. Like, who's going to walk in to, who's going to come see comedy? I was saying to Rich, I'm going to call my CD that childhood cancer special. Don't you think a lot of people would buy that? And then just in small lettering.
But it was tough.
No proceeds go to childhood cancer.
Who's going to a benefit at 4 in the afternoon against football?
Why wouldn't they? If they want people to come, this is the problem. Can I just say, because my sister does charity shit, People who do charity shit, they get into this idea that everybody cares about their charity. They should have the mindset, nobody cares about your charity. And if you're going to try to raise money and capitalize on comedians, put the comedians on the thing. Don't talk about your charity.
Or the bands.
Don't just try to raise money for the charity. My sister would do these charities, and she would, go up and speak about the charity. Nobody sitting there gave a shit about the charity. They just want to see the comedy. If you want to do a presentation about your charity, do that separate. But I had to follow a guy talking about childhood cancer, which is not...
When was that?
At the childhood cancer thing. And the other thing is I don't know why I don't get it. Why... Does this look good? That looks like foreskin.
That was her. She just showed her breasts. Go ahead.
Do you think that's not true? Why are they trying to raise $75 for cancer? Cancer doesn't need their $75. It's the money is pouring in for cancer research, and it's still not enough money. They need to be raising millions and millions of dollars to make a difference. So I get that they want to do something.
That's not true.
For charity, but why are they? They're literally the amount of money that it costs them to put that benefit on. I bet you they good. They raised $75.
That's not true, because if I send $50 or $100 to St. Jude's, it helps.
No,
because if there's a million people doing that.
Of course it does, but there's not a million people doing benefits on Sunday at 4:00.
Okay, we'll move on.
$75.
So how did the show go? There was how many people? 25 sitting in the back?
There might have been 25 people there.
Sitting in the back of a dark theater.
I guarantee you every single one of the people there would have preferred to have just sent a check somewhere. The fact that they were there on a Sunday in the afternoon, they were not too happy about. They were friends of whoever was putting the thing on, and it was miserable, as one can expect.
You were funny, I was funny, and then we moved on. We ran out of there like somebody
like
else.
How you always you're spinning it, even a fucking shitty cancer benefit. You're like, we were funny. Let me just make that clear.
Well, we did what we were supposed to.
I might not have been funny at that benefit.
You were. I was laughing.
Thank you, sir.
And then you said, it can't get any worse than this. You said that from the stage.
Unless
right?
I had cancer as a child. I should have mentioned that.
It couldn't get any worse than that, you said. And then
let me just make something clear before people start thinking I'm such a horrible person. I do give money to charity. I always give whatever you're supposed to give, 12 or 15% of what you make to charity. I do it. My sister's involved in charity. I have another sister who's has Down syndrome. She's been a big part of Special Olympics. You know, I'm all about it. I don't understand putting on benefits unless you're getting like U2 to come perform. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so we left out of there, and then where did we head to?
So then we went to, which I did not want to do, and I said I don't want to do it, and then I don't know how this happens. I get asked if I want to do it, I say no, and then I'm just in a car driving there, and my name is on the thing. So
because we were hanging out. It was our day. It was Sunday. It was the day we were spending together.
It was a rock and roll concert.
3-day event in Clark.
But they also had a carnival there, kiddie rides, and it was also a food truck convention.
But, I mean, it was like Stone Temple Pilots, Godsmack.
Yeah, every band you would turn the channel on was there.
Who else? I mean, there were some big bands there.
Yeah, okay. So then they have a comedy tent.
Vinny said we're doing it in the comedy tent. But usually tents have walls and have sides. He didn't say we're doing comedy in a comedy canopy. He said in a comedy tent.
Right. No, and it was more like a comedy umbrella. That's what we were doing.
And then Bonnie was on during the middle of Stone Temple Pilots. And I mean, people did come into the comedy tent. Then Vinny went on, then Bonnie, they did well. And then I ended up closing the show. I mean, thank God.
You killed it.
Thank God they had me.
This is the thing, Rich. I believe this is your element. When there's a band almost drowning you out, when there's too much going on all around you, when there's kids walking by. This is when you excel. You did great.
That's my...
And you looked like you were having fun, more so than if you were in a theater when everything's going right.
It was fun because it was challenging, and I like that.
I
like a challenge.
You're best when your back's against the wall.
Yes. Anyhow, well, that was our Sunday. So, and then we went home and we watched
Narcos, which I don't think is so great.
It is good.
It's not.
It's good.
It's okay.
It's good. I didn't say it was great. I said it's good.
It's like watching a docudrama. I feel a little bit like I should be taking notes, and I'm going to get tested on it at the end.
All right. Let's, okay. This Friday and Saturday, we'll be at the Arlington Draft House, Arlington, Virginia, and next weekend I'll be in Albany. Let's bring our guests on. We're lucky to have guests.
Don't do any of my. We'll save my.
I said we.
My plugs. No, next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, you're at Helium.
I'm
in Philly.
at Helium in Philly.
They're not.
I would like people to go. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like I'm setting myself up for failure. Do I sound like I'm negative?
You're very negative. Take a call and then we'll bring on our guest. Take a call. Let's talk about this. Let's wait on this fucking scumbag with the drugs, with the AIDS drugs.
Wait, Andrew, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello?
Is the guy on? Oh, go ahead.
Hey, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Rich.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys remember when Opie and Anthony was like a fucking real radio show, and like now, you guys remember that shit? I think everybody fucking forgets.
I do
Opie
remember.
And Anthony was like it was the best fucking shit ever, and now it's like all gone to shit. And now everybody like Kurt Metzger's dragging his fucking balls across everything. Like, what happened? I mean, it used to be the fucking like Howard Stern used to be the fucking pinnacle of radio.
Yeah, but Howard, you know,
dick, you know.
Yes,
just,
there
like,
you go.
On there, Anthony Cumia did everything. Opie and Anthony was the greatest. At 7:00 in the morning, Opie and Anthony. God damn it, man!
God damn it! What a team!
But what do you?
Dude, that's what it is now. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Is
it? A bunch of faggots and. You know,
that's not nice.
Okay, wait. Are you against faggots?
Oh my God! Let me tell you how against I am fags. Let me tell you, Opie and Anthony was the shit. Now it's dead and gone, and these fat.
But you're living in the past. You got to move forward.
God damn!
You got to move forward.
Sam Roberts is the shit. You know, I mean,
you mean it in the bad way, right? You don't mean he's the shit in a good way.
Goddamn, it's Sam. You know, and like. Opie and Anthony, you guys remember that show?
Wait, are you saying now?
Anybody fucking remember that shit anymore?
Do you? Are you still? Are you doing a petition to get Tough Crowd back? Also,
fucking that goddamn Colin Quinn is the shit.
He's the shit.
I'm fucking taking this time just to let everybody know. Opie and Anthony was the pinnacle of everything. I loved it. It made my life.
Okay, but listen, relax. You're fucking on crack. Shut the fuck up and let us talk. You fucking idiot. Shut up.
Andrew!
Calm the
Andrew,
fuck.
get it together.
Calm down, you fucking...
I think this is a recording. Andrew!
Andrew,
it's your mother.
Oh, I got a fucking... I'm subscribed to Anthony now. No, it's not. It was Opie and Anthony. It was the best fucking shit ever. That shit is
I'll tell you the truth.
You know what, Andrew?
I'll tell you the truth. I didn't like them. I didn't think they were good together.
Hang on, I'm sorry.
I didn't think they were good together.
I actually enjoyed that call, but he couldn't. He was kind of doing the bit better than we were. He was like, I'm not going to shut up.
I know.
And then I couldn't carry on. So Andrew, thank you. But I like how we kept saying, do you remember? Like from the last time that I said I remembered, like, do you think that I forgot in those 15 seconds?
It was a little over a year ago. I usually only have a 11-month window of remembering things.
After 11 months, I am not sure of anything. Okay.
All right, let's get some guests on.
Wait, let's just take this.
All right.
Austin.
Yes, how are you?
Hey,
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I want to know if you guys heard about that scumbag-ass CEO who jacked up the price.
Of course.
Like
Rich and I are both on that AIDS drug, and so it's affecting us personally.
He went from, what, $1,350 to $750, is it? Or?
Yeah, exactly. I have a family member who is looking into trying to get that, and it's now completely fallen to shit. It's so expensive.
Just for recreation purposes?
Yeah, recreation purposes. Exactly.
But wait a second.
If you chop up any AIDS drug and snort it, it is unbelievable.
Listen to me, Austin. Isn't there a generic brand that competes with it, or another brand that I'm sure.
But
I don't.
There is, but it hasn't had the same effect on AIDS like this one has, as far as fighting complications with it. This one is they're finding it's got a special. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of the chemical in it, but essentially
ammonia.
They have it patented, and
pneumonia.
if it's that, then I'm sure it should be much easier to get. But this scumbag CEO fucking bought the whole entire thing, so now nobody can get it.
Well, I have a feeling things aren't going to work. Here, send that over here. Things aren't going to work out with this. I have a feeling.
Well, he's getting like hammered. I mean, I browse Reddit a lot. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. And he's getting absolutely hammered on Reddit.
Did you just say, have we heard of Reddit?
No, but he doesn't care. Look, when you have that much money, he doesn't care what they're saying on fucking Reddit.
I don't know if you guys have heard of Reddit or
not. And also too,
I've been checking it out.
If your generation knows about Reddit
yes,
or not.
listen to me.
Listen, mister.
Let me explain something. He's not like a public
I might be on an AIDS drug, but I'm not dying yet.
Listen, he's not an entertainer. He's not a public figure where he cares if he's getting bad press. He's just a millionaire with a lot of money, a hedge fund guy. So what the fuck does he care?
He's a millionaire with a lot of money?
Nobody knew him before today.
Yeah, that's true. But now his face is so popular, I feel like if somebody saw him on the street, they should throw some poop at his face.
Okay.
Well, okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, throw poop on his face if you see him on the street.
All right.
Absolutely. Like a monkey, just poop in your hand, wait till you see him, and just chuck it right at his face. I think that would be very effective.
Great. Thanks, Miami. I'll talk to you later. All right, guys. Come on up, our guests.
Can you give me a napkin?
They're in that bag. Guests have to bring... Oh, or those. The guests have to bring napkins. Rachel, sit here. Rachel. Sit right here. With Rachel Feinstein.
All right.
Do people get it wrong all the time?
Yeah, but I don't
care. I don't want to be an asshole.
We have Rachel Feinstein and Aaron Rosenblum. You can't get any Jewier tonight than this. Okay.
Tomorrow's a Jewish holiday, so we thought this would be a fantastic...
It's tonight at sundown.
Oh.
And I already broke my fast.
Oh, you were supposed to be fasting?
I don't do it.
You don't know how to do it. You start at... Do you know how to do it?
I think we're supposed to be fasting today.
Oh.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight? Now. Starting now.
No, starting
sundown.
now. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh, so have you started fasting?
I don't think I will. Sorry.
You don't?
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Rosenblum, you have two Jewish last names in one.
I know.
Rosen and then Bloom.
And the first name, too.
It's Rosenblum.
It's Bloom.
Bloom. My mother's
Try
maiden
to pretend
name.
it's Bloom, but it's Blom.
My mother's maiden name was Bloom. Bloom. So, okay, here's the deal. Rachel, we finally got her in. She's been avoiding us for how many months now?
Oh my God! It's like I started to feel like I was like a guy trying to get a date with someone. Like, hey, so
hey, Rachel, do you want to come in? No, I'm going to get my eyebrows done.
Yeah, no, because she keeps you on the hook. She's like, I'd love to. Every text would start with that, so you'd be like, oh, good, now's the time, and then it'd be like, but
the reason was always it was never cool. It was always something just like so lame. Like I was on the road. Or my niece's play. I had to go to my niece's play. You know, like nothing is. They're not ever like cool.
Yeah, no, it was
impressive excuses, but yet they're things that I couldn't get out of. You know. And I really wanted to go to her play.
Yeah, I would want to go to my niece's play too. I would do it, or I would have just watch a video.
You would never go to your niece's play.
I would go to my daughter's play. Well,
yeah, but you would never go.
That's not true. If Rachel doesn't have kids, so. You would go to your niece's play if you don't have.
This is it for you?
Yeah, this is all I have in life. Yeah, it's a connection with my niece.
No, I wasn't trying to be mean. That wasn't being mean. I'm saying if you don't have kids, you're closer to nieces and nephews,
Yes,
right?
that's true.
That's not negative. I'm not being negative in any way.
No,
You're being really
true.
rude to Rachel.
Otherwise, they matter less. Your kids matter. Other people, there's no time for anybody else's extended kids and bullshit like that. I actually at one point I was trying to find it because I had a picture of the play that I was like going to send to Bonnie, but then I was just like, I wanted to send just so she didn't think I was lying, but it was just too weird to send you the picture.
Then I would have really thought I was like, I can't believe she's just sitting there photoshopping shit so that I'll.
Did you say no to her because you were doing Dangerfields one night?
Yes.
There was some equally rancid reason that I couldn't do it.
But you've been in
once
studio.
you were in LA, you were in Los Angeles. That seemed good.
Yeah, I don't remember what was happening there, but yeah.
Have you been here? Have you done Opie or Bennington or any of the shows up here? Have you ever been up here?
Yeah,
Oh
a bunch of times. Yeah,
Rich, you're being so rude.
How's that rude? I'm just
Have you
saying.
ever been up here?
I didn't
Have you ever had cans on?
I didn't.
This is a microphone.
Have you ever been up here? Was a little. Wouldn't you assume, for as long as I've done stand up, that probably I might have been on?
Yeah,
a couple of,
that's what I'm saying.
This is drive time in LA, so do your best, Rachel.
I didn't mean it in a negative way.
Yes, I've been here a bunch. I haven't done those specific shows you just mentioned, but yeah.
You do the chick show, Jenny McCarthy, I bet.
No, I haven't done that one.
Neither have I or Bonnie.
Yeah.
How come you don't do it? Bonnie?
It's morning-ish.
Yeah, it's too morning. Rachel, we're big fans of Rachel Feinstein. I looked at her name on the...
He's done it both ways. Einstein.
Well, you know why I like Rachel?
It's like Einstein.
Here's why I like Rachel. She could sit at the table and fucking fight back. She doesn't. She doesn't
fight back.
Yes, she does.
I mean,
With
she doesn't have to. Nobody ever.
Keith attacks her all the time.
Nobody ever attacks.
Yes,
I've never seen that.
Are you
happen.
kidding me?
Never.
Oh, when she was doing that Shaq, the show with Shaq.
Oh, I did see that. I was there for that. But
Or anything I've ever tried to do, ever. Anything, like if I have a CD, they'll just rip apart the cover for like a good 2 hours.
That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah,
when you wore that coat that time.
Yeah. I can't get dressed now without imagining whatever dumb Keith Robinson is going to say about my outfit. Even though he buys all his shirts at like Nigerian shops in Philly.
I know he wears them twice so that they always still have the creases in them.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know why he wears these awful tops. They should have titles like "Fun with Geometry" or something, just like triangle tops. But still, his trashing bothers me. You know, so I'll wear an outfit. And I'm just fucking waiting to hear his bullshit. Like I wear a lot of blazers. I don't know. It's an easy solution for me. But he told me I dress like a district attorney, and I was like, God damn it, he's right.
Anytime I put a hat on, I'm like, can I handle the quips that will come with this hat?
Yeah, I can't take any more sassy risks thanks to this fucking animal.
Well, I was there when you came in. I don't know what was wrong with the coat. I don't remember the coat, but I know we did about an hour and a half on the coat.
No.
What?
That wasn't Rachel.
Oh, no, that was the black chick.
Yeah, you mixed up with the...
her coat. Well, you say Rachel's coat.
I just was being funny, like adding things. Like, oh, that's right.
So I've seen Rachel sit at the table and not fucking bow out. She'll fight back. So, you know, I mean, you know so many comics, guys or girls. I'll say this,
when it's on someone else, it's the funniest thing ever. It's so funny. I can't stop. Like, the laughing is
pure
like,
joy.
Yes.
Such delight.
And then when it comes at you, it's like funny for about a minute and a half. And then it's all fake laughter on my part. Then I just like have to like keep maintaining it. Like, and then I go home and I rewind everything. Like, oh, do they really, is that what they think of me? Like, I can't help it.
And I think they all do that. I think every one of them is bothered on some level, you know. But
I love it.
But it's
because you like attention of any kind.
Oh, right. Yeah, yes. I believe that.
It's called narcissism.
So
when I first got past there, Keith went, and I was terrified at the Cellar. I went on stage, and I think it was like Keith. I can't remember who the other couple comics were. Maybe it was like Judah or something. But they went and they sat at every corner of the room and just folded their arms the entire time I was on stage and shook their head just like no at every joke. Like, nope, no thank you, thumbs down, nope. Oh, God, it hurts so bad. Oh. I just had to keep going.
Oh, I know. And then you're like, first of all, when you're bombing and there's other comics in the room. I know that you were bombing.
Who said she was bombing?
No, I'm just saying that if it's not going exactly to your liking and there's other comics in the room, there's nothing worse than that. Like,
listen, I would rather go on stage in front of 10,000 people than go on stage in front of 100 and have Louis C.K. sitting in the back. or Chris Rock or one person.
Yeah, it's always one person that
Well, I
bothers
would
you,
want them
definitely.
there if I was doing well.
No, but it's just for some reason you feel the pressure.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or if there's one famous actor or a director, you're going,
Yeah,
oh,
10,000
fuck.
strangers, who gives a shit? But one person that gives you some sort of specific anxiety can destroy you.
Well, because
Yeah.
you can
For
me,
see your act suddenly through their eyes, and you're like, "Oh God, I've been doing that for how? Wait."
Yeah, it's hard enough to watch whenever I watch a tape of myself, I'm just like, oh, for the love of God, shut up, please. Got a lot of things you got to get out there, a lot of edgy opinions. I really get grossed out when I use the stage. I'm really walking around just, it's disgusting. So disgusting.
I will never watch myself. Are you kidding me? It's so hard.
It's terrible.
You know,
No, I have to give myself a 7-year window, and then I can reflect back pretty, not that harshly on it.
Yeah.
But if
fucking hilarious.
but if it's within that 7 years, I'm like, ew.
Well, so we got Aaron Rosenblum here, who is making a documentary about a comic that pretty much was one of the icons in the early days at the Comedy Cellar, Rick Chrome. Right? How long have you been working on this?
Almost 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, started January of 2014.
So you're directing it, and you producing it to yourself?
Yeah, with another guy named Dustin.
Okay.
Yeah, the two of us are making it together.
As of now, how much footage do you think you have?
I don't even know. 10 hours, probably. 10, 12 hours.
In 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, but you're doing straight interviews.
Oh, it's a lot of interviews, yeah. Yeah, maybe more. I honestly don't know. It's
probably more.
It's hard drives.
I mean, because the interviews are probably about a half hour, an hour each.
Yeah.
Between a half hour and an hour.
So you got more than 10 people.
But wait a
you
second.
got more than 10 hours.
Aren't they doing something
Let's
at the
do some
Cellar?
math. I thought you guys were good at math. Come on.
Aren't they doing
not
some,
this one.
Aren't they doing something at the Cellar tonight and tomorrow, like all the old comics?
It's next week.
When?
I'm not exactly sure. I think Wednesday, but I don't know. We're waiting for some confirmation.
What is it? Like a reunion thing next Wednesday or something?
Yeah, Rick and Bill Grunfest, who started the Cellar, are going to host again for the first time in a long, long time.
Whoa! I'm putting on my fucking good outfit. And is Ray supposed to come down?
I don't know.
Now, who are some? Are you allowed to say some of the people you have in this document?
Sure. Yeah, sure. You're in it.
Yeah, for about 4 seconds.
Well, I don't know. The movie's not done yet. So
Yeah.
maybe shorter.
Probably. I was very good, my interview.
It was
That's
very good. It was very good. So, anyone you
Do you feel weird doing that to someone who's sitting right in front of you?
I don't care.
Yeah, what am I supposed to say?
How is he going to respond?
Because I know how to do those things. I know how to do them.
She's sincere.
That was. We always couldn't argue with his voice. It was kind of gentle.
Hey, because listen, I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert at that sort of thing.
So,
it's Keith Robinson's in it.
Okay.
Ray Romano's in it.
Gross.
A lot. Wait, both of them are gross?
I don't know. I just knew I was going to do that for somebody's name.
We got Esty and Noam in it. Boy, we got a lot of Rick's old sketch comedy folks from the 80s are in it.
here's the thing about...
But Ray Romano's in it.
Is there any controversy? Is there ever any point where you throw down the camera and walk away or something?
It hasn't
and say
happened.
You can't do this anymore. You don't know if you can do this or you can't reach this deep or anything.
It hasn't happened yet, but it's possible.
Is this your first movie?
It's my first long documentary. I've made shorts.
Okay, and this isn't being negative. This is just being realistic. Rick, who's a friend who I've known for years, is not the most famous guy. He's very versatile.
No, this is gonna be called Ray Romano's Rick.
Hold on. No, he's very versatile. He's a good actor. He could sing. He could play piano. He's funny. He's very versatile. Not a household name.
Not at all.
Okay. What?
No, I just do it back to you because it's so annoying. You do that to me all the time.
What did I do?
Anytime I start talking, you go like this. And
No, 'cause I didn't tell you.
hold out your hand and tell me to stop.
Because that's how the head of the show runs it. I go like this. Oh, do I? Sorry. So what?
So one of the things that
What's the catch to get people to see this? You know what I mean? Because I know it's going to be good from what you've done. Is that a normal?
This is, we like to call this the hot seat with Rich Voss.
No, I'm not trying to be hot seat. It's a normal question.
You thought you were going to get lobbed a couple questions here. But,
I did. I thought I was getting a few softballs early, but apparently that's not the
he will
case.
go for the jugular.
You don't want to go with my middle name
Somebody
or
rap
my birthday.
Rich and caution tape. He doesn't play by the rules. These questions are edgy.
They really
He's
are.
putting on his journalist's hat, and he's asking some tough questions to the Rick Chrome director, Rosenblum.
It's Bloom, Bonnie. It's Bloom.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like, I mean, obviously, when we made our documentary,
Oh boy, I knew it was coming.
No. I mean, well, that's why I wanted to talk to you guys. So
Well,
I
here's-
figured it would come up at some
Oh my
We-
god! But
'cause-
he hasn't even let you answer any questions.
yes, I did.
You've asked 3 in a row and then got right around to
I figure I'll get to one of them.
Wait,
Yeah.
but what 3 did I ask that he didn't answer?
Well,
Except,
well,
You
what's the
asked-
catch?
yeah, that's the only one.
Which I don't even know if that's an appropriate question.
No, I mean, what's the?
What's the catch?
It's Rick Chrome.
It's like an old Hollywood
Rick
way
Chrome
of saying,
has 2 penises. I hope I haven't given too much away.
Shit.
The world isn't ready for these questions, Rich. It's too much. There's someone outside waiting to arrest you.
I'm
you
sorry.
can't keep breaking rules like this.
I'm sorry. I do go.
Society's not ready.
You're making a documentary about Rick Chrome. What's the catch?
I didn't realize I had to sell it to you.
Am I
Rich.
missing something?
No, I didn't mean it like
because
that.
he doesn't seem famous to me.
No.
It's in a nice way. I mean, it's a perfectly reasonable question. Who gives a shit? I guess is
Exactly
what
right.
I'm trying to
That was
say.
the old Hollywood way of saying, "Who gives a shit?"
No, it doesn't.
Why
You
are
don't have
you
to be
wasting your
famous.
time?
The storyline. Look, the lady that faked being in the World Trade Center. Nobody knew who the fuck she was, but it was interesting because they made a story out of some psychopath lady. So you don't have to be famous.
The woman who wasn't there, fantastic
Yes.
documentary.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, what's the theme of the documentary, or as you might not even have it now because you just started shooting 7 years ago.
He wanted to say, "What's the hook?"
No, or
No,
the
you're
theme,
right. You're right. That is what
You're
it was.
right, yeah.
What's the hook?
Or the
Which would have
theme.
been a perfectly acceptable question, but what's the catch made it so horrible.
Like, right? Do people get money for seeing it? Like, so. I mean, for me, the catch, as it were.
I like Hook better.
Can you call it What's the Catch?
I think I might call the movie "What's the Catch." Yeah, that's the new title. I'll talk it over with my partner.
I mean, when it comes out,
Ray
we're going to bring
Romano.
Rick in, obviously.
I hope so.
Who's funding this?
You're looking at him.
Oh my God.
But you're shooting.
Now you're an ex-hedge fund guy who
Wait, but-
also bought an AIDS pill.
Oh
right?
boy.
Well, no, when they were
wish.
filming at the stand, you had 2 or 3 cameras. You
Yeah.
had a nice setup there.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky to have a lot of friends and guys I work with who I've been working with for years who own equipment or owe me favors or something.
Have you ever been up to these studios before? Have you ever done Opie or
Never.
or Bennington or no?
Have you ever been part of the radio, part of the big time radio world?
Never.
Set foot in it before?
First time?
You're welcome for your big
Yeah,
opportunity.
thank you. I appreciate it.
So okay, so you have.
A lot of people are asking us on the phones, why do you got this guy in?
Yeah,
What's the
who
catch?
fuck is this guy?
No, I mean a lot of stuff is because of favors. You know, I mean, our movie.
It's so awful.
Why is it awful? I'm saying we
You're
would
just
have.
an awful interviewer.
I'm not
You just
awful.
invite someone up, and then you're like, I mean, you must know him from somewhere or something. I mean,
No,
how
I
else are you
didn't
going to get your attention to do something like this for
I
him?
know. These are not bad questions. You're wrong. You're making fun of it, but I'm getting down to brass tacks.
Oh, you said it right. He usually says brass tactics.
Okay, I'm getting down to brass tactics. What I'm saying is, I like Rick, and I think he's. Do you know Rick? You don't know Rick?
Yeah, I know Rick.
You know Rick. He comes to the
He's
cellar
a
show.
great guy and very funny. I love him.
everything
Lovely
about
man.
everything about him. Talented, you know. So I was just saying.
Didn't he write a musical?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did.
See, he's like, he's a genius. That's
is.
why.
He plays piano.
Inside the mind of a genius.
A little bit, yeah.
It's almost like inside the mind of a happy genius instead of a mad.
Why don't we call it that? Inside the mind of a genius.
We could. Do I have to, though?
Inside
No.
the mind of a genius.
What do you have? Like you brought a notebook. Do you have
I
questions?
did. I actually do, yeah. I have
All
questions
right.
for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But it's about your movie, not mine.
Well, what?
Rachel, did you see our movie?
No.
Yes, it was excellent.
You
Yes, I
saw
did.
our movie.
Yes, I did.
Women aren't funny.
Yeah.
Did you laugh?
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Oh my God! What is she gonna do?
What's she gonna say? No, I hated it.
I have some notes.
You didn't?
That was really good.
Okay. Did you know we cut Amy Schumer out?
Didn't she? Wasn't she in it for a minute?
Just a second.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. She just won an Emmy the other night, and we take her out of our movie. That's how fucking stupid we are.
I said, what's good for the movie?
Back to the wrong horse, maybe.
I know.
Choice.
We said no.
Choice.
We said no because we were in L.A. shooting, and we only had a certain amount of time. And they go, "Do you want Whitney Cummings?" We go, "We don't have time." We didn't. She wasn't famous at the time. We made some big fucking mistakes.
She's gotten famous. She's gone up and down and making her way back up again in the time it took us to make that movie.
I know. No, she's doing pretty well. She's doing pretty well. But I'm saying, we made some bad decisions, so get those questions coming there.
Well, really, the questions I had were kind of about everything on the back end with finishing it and editing. I remember when we saw you, whenever that was, a year ago, to interview, you had some notes about you had an editor that maybe didn't work out and...
Hey, we don't go public with that information.
No, we had a couple editors. See, here's the difference between us and you. Obviously, you're smart. We shot it.
And you should end it right there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that smart.
That's the difference between that's the difference between us and you. You're smart.
We were stupid. We didn't know what we were doing. Like, you've already made a couple of short movies, like you said, or whatever you did.
Hey, I made some shorts before I entered into this.
Well, then why did you have a shoot on 4 different cameras during our movie?
Well, because I was told, I did learn a lot during this, but I was told that you could fix all those, you could resize it in post, which we actually did.
Yeah, but we spent an extra $12,000 or $15,000.
But that's the part that they left out to me.
Because post is always free. It's always free to fix.
I love this. He's like a real studio executive. He just fucking bashes you. He has no clue about the process or what he's talking about.
Look at you. You're scaring Rachel. She's clamming up now.
No, I'm on Bonnie's side.
Thank you. He's out golfing every day, calling me at the edit. What's going on? What have you edited? And it's like, you can't be like, well, we went over this 3 seconds of footage 28 times. I just had to make stuff up for him. We edited this, we edited
listen,
that.
I'm not talking about the editing. I'm talking about we shot on 4 different cameras, and that's what cost us the money.
Because part of the problem, if you want to get into this, no,
I don't want to argue.
If we wanted, once we were done, I let things go. But you, many times, just would go ahead and you get an idea and you just run with it without knowing what you're doing. So you just called camera people that didn't know what they were doing.
That's not all the time. I did it once. One time in L.A.
You were always like, these guys will just do it for this amount of money. You never went with... we never hired a crew that we could just use all the time.
Because we didn't know where to get a crew.
No, because we didn't look. You just called the one person that you knew that had a camera, and that's how we started.
That's how we started.
In a lot of ways, that's good because we ended up just going ahead. I would have spent a lot of time fucking around trying to figure out how to do it.
You didn't question anybody. You just
went ahead.
Remember.
He was like this,
meeting some guy with a Coke nail at a party that said he had a fucking camera, and so then you're like, oh, we'll call Coke nail guy, and
he did.
I get the idea.
He did this to me. He was like, I got somebody to do the music. He books the club in Miami, and he also does music for movies. And I was like, I'm not there yet. I don't need it yet. Before
that was my mistake.
That sounded awful.
Yes, that was my mistake. I made a mistake.
Before you know it, I'm having huge arguments with the guy. Rich has hired him for a cut rate. It was always a cut rate with these people.
Yeah. I made a mistake on him. That was $2,500.
This was our process. We did something at a cut rate, and then we redid it at the appropriate amount of money or more to have it fixed or whatever to take care of it.
I made a mistake.
It's never good. Anybody that does music on the side, if that's one thing you don't want to be like, I'll do. He's got a side music thing. That's not good. It's not good.
It was horrendous.
It was a lunch
and then
truck.
He got somebody to do it for the.
He books the Tampa Laughgasm, but on the side he's a real music hound.
Okay, so he tells me one day. He's like a real executive. I mean, he would put out all the money for the movie, so I have, so he tells me one day, we're not done editing, we're not even close, and he says, I need you to make a sizzle. I go, I don't know how to make a sizzle. We're not even really through, like, the rough cut was 6 hours. I mean, it was like ridiculous how we had so much footage, and he insisted upon it. So I did I was like, I need to.
You needed a sizzle. We needed a sizzle to create.
I said,
heat.
I don't know how to make a sizzle. I need to figure it out. And I also needed a different editor because the editor that we had to assemble it in the beginning, he was a beginner, and it was fine from the beginning. But to do something slick, we ended up going and getting other editors.
We had 3 other editors that were great,
that were fantastic. So this guy, though, that started with us was also great for what he was supposed to do.
Yes,
but then
no complaints.
We had him do the sizzle, which he didn't know how to do it, and I had to tell him how to do it, and I didn't know how to do it, and we didn't show that sizzle to one fucking person.
Yes, we did.
It was awful, Rich. It was horrendous. People were like, yeah.
So that means we showed it.
No, I think you sent it to somebody that said, don't show that again. And because we had the music in it from the other guy. I mean, it was
So it was a couple mistakes.
It was just the same, but these were like, so he had to pay for that. It was like time was taken out.
We made
because
probably,
he also thought like, a sizzle will take like an hour to make. Like, he doesn't understand.
So maybe we blew $10,000 or $15,000 extra dollars on that movie.
So your daughter could have had a college fund.
Yeah, it's a different
private school.
Yeah.
What, 15,000?
A proper. A beginning of one.
She's also stupid, so we didn't worry about that so much.
So what questions do you have for Bonnie?
I mean, really, it's about how you kind of, once it was done, what you did to sell it, to get it out, because that's the play. I mean, we're not there yet, but I think another 6 months.
Well, this was a difficult process because we did actually, after it was done, we took it to Postworks, which those guys were so
fucking
great
amazing.
and amazing.
Postworks is awesome. I work in commercials mostly, and they're
they're the best. And then we
guys.
also had this sound guy. God, what was his name? I gotta remember his name. And he was so good. They worked.
Oh yeah, and
really
plus,
well together.
What's his name? The one guy.
Then we had our composer. Yeah, okay. So anyway, the movie got finished, and it was because we ended up paying for people that knew what they were doing, and it made a world of difference. And then we showed it at some festivals, and we did get a lot of people interested in distributing it. But there's this thing, it's like some people are actually distributors, some people aren't, and I couldn't. It was so complicated to me. Like, some of them are aggregators or something like that, or like Rooftop Comedy came to us and said that they would distribute the movie. But it's like, you're spending a crazy, they're taking an insane amount of money out of your movie. So what happened is we hired a consultant, which was one of the best decisions we ever did. And that guy got us the right distributor for us. And they immediately got it onto iTunes.
And iTunes almost passed on it, and they talked him into it.
The distributor talked him into it, and it did very well on iTunes.
Really well.
We almost made our money back from iTunes.
I don't understand anything about how things are made, at all.
Babies are
supposed to.
What happens is a man loves a woman.
You don't understand what's made. What do you mean?
I mean, this entire discussion, I barely. But if anybody wants to ask me anything about how I got started, did I always know I had it?
We'll get to that. We're gonna.
I try to be edgy, or am I accidentally edgy? I don't know.
We'll get to that.
Anything.
Didn't you just make a TV show? You must have known what you were doing there.
Yeah.
Well, we're still making it. Yeah, we're still making that pilot. So yeah, but I'm definitely learning as I'm going through it. But I'm doing this hour special for Comedy Central, and they had me interview producers, and I didn't know what to ask them. I'm like, well, or what's a producer? Could we start there? Yeah. Anytime I interview anybody about it, I'm like, I don't know what to ask them.
Why don't you this is something that Rich needs to learn. This is a trick I've employed in my life. I ask them to tell me what how they see it. And then they just give you all the information. Everybody loves to talk. You get a lot of information that way.
Yeah, you're right. I should just ask them.
You don't have to seem smart or anything.
Yeah, anytime I'm interviewing anybody, I've done it maybe 3 times in my life, I'm just laughing at my dumb face sitting there.
They're gonna go with who they want to go with anyhow.
Who, Comedy Central? No, they'll let her have her say.
But they want to look. If you went into Comedy Central, they'd say, okay, here's your budget. say we just throw numbers out. Let's say we're giving you $100,000. Here's your budget, and you come in at $20,000. With a director or producer, they're going to go, no, it can't be good at $20,000. Do you see what I'm saying? So they're going to want you to use what? Does that make sense?
That's exactly the opposite of your whole thing on making our movie.
I know. That's why we did it on our own, though. We did it on our own. We didn't have, if we had someone telling us what to do.
Do you know how many times I went into my own bank account and paid for stuff because I didn't have to tell you?
Like when?
Tons of stuff.
Yeah, like what? Name 3 things.
Editing, and I paid part of Postworks. And
I know that. I knew you paid part of Postworks.
No, I never told you.
Yes.
And I paid the sound guy extra because I would try to because I had to go get money from him, and I felt bad for you because you would have to go out into the fucking comedy world and take shitty gigs, and
I still do.
You come back and I'd steal it all for the movie.
But
you were like, I kept having to convince him, like, this is going to be our ticket, and then.
One way.
We have a radio show.
So is that what I'm looking at then?
No. See, you're not putting in the money we put into our movie.
How do you know that?
Because he shot 10 hours, and he's got friends
it's more,
helping
but
him.
Probably not. I don't have that much money.
You're not going to make a documentary for less than $100,000. I mean, I don't know how you do that.
I figured. I mean, we haven't spent all that much yet, but I know that post is expensive.
If you have somebody that can do the graphics, that's a big part of it.
That was 12 to 15,000.
But it was supposed to be 20,000. We got a deal on that.
No, it was supposed to be 15. We got it down to 12. Or 12.
No, but originally it was supposed to be 20, and we got it down to 15. Then we went.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking insane.
You're just.
Who's directing? Did you pick a director, or is your producer going to pick the director?
No, I think we're narrowing it on a producer, but we haven't picked a director yet.
Do you know where you're shooting it at?
Do you get to pick everybody? Do you get to pick your whole crew?
No, not everybody, which is good. I mean, as I said, I don't have a basic understanding of what any of them do, so it's probably better that I'm not the one choosing them. But
where are you shooting it?
In New York City, but we're not sure about the theater yet. Like, Amy's producing it with me, and so it's also helpful because she understands more about
knows,
yeah. So she's helping me like find a good producer and stuff.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't understand. I understand the difficulty in getting something like that done because we're not always good at those aspects of things. Well, it sounds like you're a bit thrifty, which can be a fun-loving quality. But sometimes,
I wonder if he'd be that thrifty if it was somebody else's money. Like if somebody else gave us the money.
I wouldn't be. I would be. Listen, I wouldn't make the mistakes again that I made before. You learn from your mistakes,
Yeah, there can be good things and bad things about that. Sometimes always being like the shortcut guy. Like, but like my dad was like that too, but like it was hard to ask him for anything because like, but it was hard to ask him for stuff because it would just give me anxiety because he always had a theory in why I didn't need the full amount that like for birthday parties, he'd be like, he had a saying that it was not a saying at all. It was just an unreasonable point of view. But he would say that you only need $7 to get a perfectly good present. And that's the end of that. But then I'd have such anxiety because it wasn't enough to get a good present. And then I would come to the party.
Yeah, what
7,
year is this?
8, 9,
Oh God. And I feel like the moms are very, They check out. You got to be within, a certain price range, 25 to 30, 20 to 25, depending on the age. And then if you don't come in on that, some of them go out. I hate when I'm opening Raina's gifts and it's like one thing after another. I'm like, I cannot compete with this.
Yeah, you're right. That can be ridiculous. You want to be within the scope of something normal so you don't feel like you have to match it or whatever. Yeah. But I always felt like my gifts just seemed like the appendage to the main gift. And people would always go around looking for the main part. It's like, no, it's just these colored pencils because my dad has a disease. He doesn't believe that people have to let go of money under any circumstances. So it was humiliating.
Yeah, but I remember when little Timmy, when I used to watch Lassie, their family didn't have a lot of money, and he got marbles one birthday, and he was very content with his marbles.
No, love is not enough. You need certain shit when you're a kid, or it's humiliating.
Timmy only needed marbles on his birthday. He had Lassie and his marbles.
Well, I'm going to just take this question real quick because I get it a lot, and I want to answer it. Lee from Alabama.
Hey, how are y'all?
Not bad. Not bad.
How are you?
I'm okay. I got a quick question, Bonnie. Was that a body double, or was that really your ass?
That was really my ass. For the good or bad, that was really my ass.
Well, I tell you, I saw that. I had to rewind it about 4 or 5, maybe 10 times. So, you know.
You, Lee. Gosh.
Yeah, you know.
Wow, thank you, Lee. I do appreciate it. Anytime anybody can.
Could that be any hack? A guy from Alabama calls and you start talking Southern?
I did it on purpose.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It was hacky. Well, can a black person please call? I want to see what you're going to do on a black person.
That was my ass, yo. How was that?
Okay.
Is that good? That's terrible.
Hey, how about an Asian? Asian people can...
Yes, that was my ass. Thank you very much. I'm really good at accents.
How about Irish?
That was me ass, y'all. No, that was
Still sounded Southern, yeah. Still sounded Southern.
Do Jewish. Do Jewish.
I can't.
Come on, oi.
Oh, yes. I'm not doing it anymore. Look at Rachel, the
Asian
queen
accent was my favorite. That was a fun-loving one. I liked your Asian accent. Yeah.
Go ahead, Rachel. You're good at accents.
She does characters, Rachel. Just
come on, do something. Get me off the hook.
I can't follow that.
Okay.
do Keith trashing you.
Oh, here's one funny thing Keith said to me once. We were driving. It was me and Keith. It's sad that I can do such a good impression of somebody that will never be famous.
I know.
And no one will ever know who he is. But we were on the road and years ago and he was making fun of me. My dad's a civil rights lawyer, and he was like trashing me. And then he goes, this is so fucked up, but he goes, you know what? I feel like raping Rachel. I'm going to rape Rachel. And then he goes, I'm going to call a dad, and I'm going to say, this is the case that's going to make you a star. You represent me.
Oh, my God.
Because I'm going to rape you, and I'm going to have your dad defend me. What kind of a person?
He's a complicated man.
He sure is.
His masturbation fantasies are too in depth for me.
Really? I didn't even know what they are. I mean, I know he took a fall.
I mean, that is one of them. He's raping you.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I think he was more trashing me. I don't think he was actually.
I'm going to get him to call in. Hold on. Let's see if I can find his stupid number.
He took a fall recently near the cellar. I think
he fell down?
Yeah.
It's at that age?
He took a spill. No, he's fine. He's fine. But
oh God, I remember when
I think we should.
Jeff Ross broke his hip years ago.
Yeah, because he just wanted to get more spots at the Friars Club.
Keith's new special is called "Winding Down." That's going to be the name of his next special. Just winding down on the porch.
Okay, what do you call it?
Listen,
Bonnie, ask some questions.
I would like you to carry. I feel like you're like, what's happening
to me?
No. Not you, but this is the way this show goes.
No, I'm not
horrible.
No, it sounds like radio.
Does it?
A little bit.
Oh well, that's not what we're after.
Jeff of the Broken Hip, he's in our movie.
Oh, is he? Jeff Ross. You didn't say that. The roast master.
Yeah, we went to his house in L.A. He was very nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm trying to.
It's really wonderful. Well, where are you at in the process? Have you started editing? Have you looked at the footage?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Part of it is part of the time that I'm sure you guys had as well is kind of watching everything after you've shot it.
Mm-hmm. I did all the transcribing myself.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
And it was a lot.
That is a lot.
60 hours of film. 60 hours.
That's what you guys shot? 60 hours?
Yeah.
What's that?
60 to 70.
You want to put it on? Yeah, you can. So the transcribing, when I would transcribe the interviews, it was really good because it settled in my head a lot of what was happening. However, in the beginning of somebody's, I would be excited. And then at some point I would be like, shut the fuck up.
I know. I go through
and they
that
just
too.
repeat themselves.
Yeah.
And
I repeat myself asking questions. It's annoying.
Yeah. And
for me to listen to myself.
I feel like I could do therapy on people just from that 1 hour interview. I know exactly what was after. Not when I was just talking to them, but when you had to transcribe, because you're so in depth and you're writing it down and you're listening and you're writing it down. I feel like I could tell them exactly what I see what's bothering you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know exactly what your demons are right now, in this particular time at least.
Does your father, Rachel, does your father live in Oklahoma?
No.
I think he's on the line.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Rachel's dad.
Hi, Rachel. I missed you.
Hi, Daddy. I miss you too.
Yeah, I've missed you so much I can't tell you. You're touching me like a Pop-Tart is what I'm going to call it.
Okay. Is that sexual?
Oh, come on. Rachel knows what I'm saying.
Oh, Rachel, what's your dad saying?
Oh, that's how Daddy gets. He gets like this sometimes. He's so silly and randy. He never really does nothing, though.
You remember when he had that butter popcorn and we rubbed it on all your friends and me and you, and it was kind of...
I do remember when you molested me and my friends. That was an unfortunate day.
And then I represented myself in the case.
Do you still see the young girl, Libby?
It's getting too specific and
Very
confusing.
specific now, yeah.
Jesus Christ, you guys are making me uncomfortable, but I like it.
Likewise.
I think he really thinks he's your dad.
I think so, too.
Jesus Christ, I am Rachel's dad. Tell me, you want to know her birthday?
Yeah.
Well, the day she was born, of course. That's the goddamn day she was born.
We had tonight's callers are probably in the top worst we've had all year.
That was absolutely worthless.
She was clearly born on a Tuesday.
Wait, hold on. What Oklahoma?
All famous people are.
Rich.
What?
Rich, you know me because I'm your daddy, too.
Oh my gosh.
This is
Usually people don't have both of those fantasies. That's interesting.
Do you have a charger?
Damn it. No, but do you remember Rachel?
Does anybody
that
have a
one time?
charger? Oh, okay. He's going to charge.
Rachel, one more thing that I
What?
know you remember.
Yeah, Papa.
I love how you call me Paul. I'm almost going to hang up after that comment because it makes me feel, well, you know how.
God, please, somebody, please,
hang him up.
give us a call.
I'm sorry. That's not on my game right there.
866-960. This fucking clusterfuck call. Our calls tonight are fucking the worst.
I blame the
Producer.
screeners. Yeah, and the producer.
We're not getting a lot of calls. 866-969-1969.
Can we get better calls in here? I mean,
My mom had a...
you don't have to put everybody through.
What happened?
I was just going to say that my mom had like a patient when she was a therapist that like became obsessed with me and she wanted to be my mom. And I know that I shouldn't think that's hilarious, but I think it's really funny wanting to be somebody's mom. You know what I mean?
A therapist?
You know, it was a patient of my mom's. My mom was a therapist.
Oh.
And so she found out where I worked at Dry Clean USA, and she would call and be
You
like,
worked at
"It's
Dry
Mommy."
Clean USA?
Yeah, I'm not bragging. I'm not name dropping, but yes, I did.
This was, of course, recent.
just recently, yes.
You should name your special that. Dry Clean USA.
Just guest spots. That's what I'm going to call it.
Guest spots. Wait,
But she'd call Dry Clean USA and just be like, "Hi, it's Mama." You know, and I know that that's fucked up, but it was just so hilarious. So I, like just to entertain everybody around me, be like, "Hi, Mommy."
Oh, no! You sent her further down the rabbit hole.
It was fun.
Take Frank real quick from the Bronx.
Oh, we've talked to him before. Frank, have we talked to you before?
Yes, you have. Rachel, you've come back to me with property.
With what?
He actually sounds airborne, like he's just hurled himself off of something.
No, he's doing Jackie Gleason.
Oh, okay. I couldn't understand him.
Come back to me. Listen, great show as usual, but this kid could talk, let me tell you. Mama?
I don't know how to interpret that. Is that positive or negative?
He just hung up.
I don't know. Well, we got to go to break
Wait,
anyway.
let's do some plugs. You got anywhere you get working coming up you want to plug?
Yeah, just go to my website, rachel-feinstein.com, or to my Twitter.
Dashing it. Oh, yuck.
It's unfortunate. I'll be at Toronto, the Just for Laughs Festival all
Rachel
week.
Dash.
This week?
Yeah, this week. From Thursday through next Monday, I'll be at the Toronto Just for Laughs Festival.
Whoa.
So you go to their website and get
Pretty
tickets.
cool. Pretty cool, Rachel. Things are really looking up for you, man.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of networking.
You're doing great.
Do you have a business card?
No, I don't. I don't do any networking.
Bonnie, when are you in Helium?
28th and 29th. It's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. The Tuesday is for cancer awareness. I only do cancer benefits anymore. That's it. And then the Wednesday is just I'm doing a show.
And this Friday and Saturday, 25 and 26, Bonnie and I will be at the Arlington Cinema Draft House, Arlington, Virginia.
Come out. It's the last time we're going to do it together.
Yep. And October 1st through 3rd, I'll be at Albany at Comedy Works. You won't be at any comedy clubs because you don't do stand-up.
I might be watching them, but I certainly won't be performing now.
Is there any way? I mean, we still have some more time. We're just going to take a quick break. We're going to get some real calls, and we're going to get into some in-depth
real
questioning.
real filmmaker stuff.
Real movie stuff.
Real movie stuff.
Everyone will love that.
We'll talk about Project Greenlight, sorry. Oh my God, so embarrassed.
I know the same amount about both of them, which is almost nothing.
All right, we'll be back.
Bye.
All right, folks, here's
Rachel
the deal.
Feinstein, and then your friend. Your guy. I brought in Rachel, you brought in this
Aaron
this cat.
Rosenblum. Here's the deal. 866-969-1969. We need good calls. Well, I mean, we're
going
ready.
to talk movies and making movies. If you know anything about making movies, if you've made a movie, call us.
Yeah.
Let us know your experiences. It sounds so much like
please.
Some kind of weird, one of those weird radio shows you listen to when you're driving home from a gig at 3 a.m.
We're talking movies. If you've made a movie, call us. We'd like to hear your experiences.
This weekend we'll be at the Arlington Cinema Draft House.
You can talk about the special.
Sure.
You can jump in with that information. What you've gleaned.
How many shows are you shooting? 2?
2 shows.
Two shows. Mm-hmm. So,
do you know what you're going to call the special?
No, I haven't figured any of that out yet.
Well, let's do it now. Let's think about it.
we can give you a good name. We do that kind of stuff.
I have to go through the set and figure it out.
You just got to take something out of the set that stands out.
Right.
Like out of my CDs, I have 4 CDs, and there's a theme to every one. 4 CDs, not 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is 4.
She's doing so much better than me when this happens.
I have 4 CDs. My last CD is called 141
I'm learning
IQ.
from you how to do it. Oh, smile and nod. That's a good technique.
So
you've got gum in your mouth, and when you smile, you can see it. It looks gross.
Okay. What?
Well, I have a story that I was thinking about telling, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll
say that.
But I haven't even really. I mean, I haven't decided whether it'll be in the special or not. But yeah. But and it's called Tit Holes in the Sand, but I don't know if you can say tit in the title.
What's it called?
But okay, remember that movie Top Secret with Val Kilmer?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I don't remember the movie, but
it was one of my favorites.
I used to love that movie a lot when I was a kid. And I had to go for these brain scans all the time, and I haven't really done the story on stage at all.
Why? What's wrong with your brain?
Are you just going to gloss over the brain scans?
Okay, I'll circle back to the brain scans were because I was just wildly failing in every subject. There wasn't
as a Jew.
As a Jew, yes, and everybody else in my family.
So when you're a Jew and you're failing, they just immediately take you to get a brain scan.
They start scanning you. They start scanning your body. They just put me inside a lot of machines and stuff.
Something's obviously wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to be one of those people that like I was going to be a doctor, but I made a noble decision to leave it all for the arts. I always wanted that to be my story. I walked away from something promising and made this unique,
you did from the dry cleaners.
From Dry Clean USA. You're right. Yeah. I was fired from Dry Clean USA, but that was. But anyway, it was just wild failing every subject. And then, so they started scanning me at a young age. And then I was going to do, and when I'd have brain scans, I was also fainting. So they thought that might be linked to the stupidity in school,
She's dumb and she can't stay on her feet.
So something's wrong.
Yeah, so but when I had a brain scan, they would let me stay up all night because you needed to not sleep for a certain point beforehand. So my parents, I guess they felt a little bad that I was being constantly scanned, so they let me watch R-rated movies and stuff. And then I watched that Top Secret movie, and there was this part in the beginning where all the women are lined up and they're wearing these little bikinis, string bikinis, and they all jump up in a row, and then there are these tit holes in the sand where their tits were, and then and I was just watching it, and I was like, that's all I want is to be able to make, tit holes in the sand. That was my goal in life as soon as I saw that, Oh. And so it was it's a sad goal. It's very terrible.
But we already know that you're not the smartest person in the world. So this is making perfect sense to me.
I didn't realize how fucking damaged Rachel is.
Rachel's very,
Oh, no, wait, she got her headphones in.
Okay.
How damaged you are. I always saw you just as a nice, easygoing, funny guy. You're fucked up.
No, I don't know that it's exactly exactly I'm damaged.
No,
exactly,
no. There's
I think that you knew your limitations, and you were like, the best I can hope for is making tit holes. And if I don't get
that's not
boobs,
damage.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I assessed, but it's also part of like when you're in preteen age. There's just certain things you get excited to be a woman, and there's certain things you want. I wanted to be able to make tit holes in the sand. So when we would go to vacations with my family, I just kept checking.
I wanted to open a checking
grind
account.
my tittage in the sand area, and then I'd jump up, and it'd be nothing, just these sad.
Well, couldn't you look in the mirror and know you don't have tits?
No, but she still, the possibility was still there.
Of tit holes in the sand without tits?
No, she didn't know. When you're 13,
this is before I had them.
It's not a done deal yet.
Yeah.
Did she think when she laid in the sand they were going to grow that minute?
No,
I was hoping. It was my way of checking on them.
Oh my God! It's like the two dumbest people in the world are having a conversation.
No,
I think this is a reasonable.
Sorry, Rachel. I had to.
Well, no, at the time I didn't have tits. I think what I'm saying makes perfect sense.
She must be my daughter, Jessica.
I didn't have them yet, and I wanted them. So I saw that movie, and then we were on our way to my brain scan.
Okay.
And then my mom was like, she was a therapist, so she was like, what are you thinking about right now? I want you to tell me the most honest answer. Like, she was trying to kind of figure out who I was, and I was like, I'm thinking about making tit holes. And then she just she looked like she was just going to weep. She looked so sad. That's
God.
it. That's that when I just put her on the spot and asked her for what can she collect and bring to me. And all I could say, she told me to be honest.
Oh my God. She's wrestling with my daughter.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with her. Yeah. Why am I putting her through this? And then, let me just ask her one more time.
So your father was a lawyer, your mom a therapist. You guys were loaded. Where are you from? Scarsdale?
No, but here's the sad thing. Because my mom was a social worker at an inner city clinic, and my dad was a civil rights lawyer for the government. So we weren't loaded, and now he's a blues musician full time, and my mom's a social worker.
So what you're saying is the black culture owes you.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. I'm here to collect. Oh. Yeah. Wow. But no, they did the poorest versions of what could have been. Yeah. So no, there was no money.
So that pretty much sums up what we were talking about in the lobby. Your whole background and all your political views basically is from what your upbringing is. Basically, it's like you're like a junior William Kunstler.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was definitely affected a lot by my parents.
Of course.
I mean, my brother is also a social worker, and I'm very conscious of the idea. They would always remind us that we didn't have much money, but it's there's a lot of people that have nothing, and people scream and rant about how they shouldn't have an after school program. It's well, you had two parents that picked you up and gave a shit where you were, and what about some kid that has some horrific childhood and they come over here and just need a little extra help?
Here's
for the love of God. I just think it's so insane that people are just nope, none of that for them.
You know what I think is insane? People spending more than $7 on a gift.
Here's the solution.
I brought it back.
This is a solution that would help this country and economy for, I guess, unwed mothers or on the job training, where you will get a job, and with on-site daycare, so you could see your kids learn and work.
Yeah.
How hard is that to put on-site daycare, on-site training, and then put this person out into the workforce? They see their kid, they work, they bring money, but no one's doing it. No one's doing it. So that's when I become elected, every big corporation will have on-site daycare. On-site. So you can see your kids during lunch and breaks and learn and work. Okay? Is that good? Is that liberal?
Why there's no music? This was a perfect
That was
opportunity.
a moment for soft piano music.
I'm just saying that's what I'm about. I'm about progression in life.
I don't know if it's too late. Just how long does it take you to put music on?
Isn't
it on a button?
Here's what life is about. Breaking the chain of dysfunction and advancing, and the more you advance, their children will, and it'll just escalate into a better economy.
This is Rich's new back tattoo.
How long does it fucking take for music?
It's done now. I'm done with my speech.
I was holding, waiting.
He's fucking, listen, he's got a lot going on back there.
Not only, because I love you, not only am I taking calls, but at the same time is that you can't just put into the system a piano song. You immediately have to think of what song it is, the artist, the name, pull that, get that out.
Well, you should have some ready before the show starts.
I have Cult of Personality, Superfly, Flashlight,
well, just pick
theme
any
from
one
Shaft,
of them.
Sexy Back, I'm Too Sexy,
theme from
Closing
Shaft.
Time.
Too short. Blow the whistle. Too short.
All right. Let's take a call.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job. You're clearly producing the hell out of this show.
This guy saw Rick at the Comedy Cellar years ago.
Okay,
this guy's
let's see.
Steve from Michigan.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, okay. That's
Bye,
interesting.
Lewis. I love you.
Why do
I just
people
don't think you're good at your job. You get that, right? Do you understand that? I can compartmentalize.
He's from my hometown. Don't talk to him like that.
Of course.
But you understand, though, like I have music. I come in and literally pull 20 songs just in case you go to anything.
Right.
But then you just say piano song.
I just say music.
Like,
right.
Don't.
You just should have a little bit of like tinkly music.
Something fun,
listen.
something flirty,
For
something
anything.
sad for when Rich gets melancholy. And
I do.
Do
Yeah,
you
when
have
he makes
piano
serious
music?
There's
Any
usually-
piano music?
Like, there's usually like a rehab song. I have that. There's a sad song. There's an abs song. I have those three. I also have when he goes back to his past. I have 3 songs
you should
for
have
that.
one for when he asks his hard-hitting questions.
Yes.
You should have Rich's
Like that-
hot seat
that-
music.
You should
the
get that
sound
music from the Muppets
or
or-
Law and Order.
Yeah.
The, like, dum, dum,
The Law and Order
Yeah.
thing? Okay.
Yeah, you need hot seat music for it. Yeah, you need
Listen,
caution tape music.
or like
Don't let
I
Miss.
thought it was going to be like, the Muppets when they do their like ding 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 ding.
Don't let Miss Daisy talk to you that way. She's cranky and mean tonight.
Who?
You.
Oh, am I?
No.
Oh,
I think you're doing well.
I don't know. I don't know if I am or not. Steve from Michigan.
Hi.
What's up?
I was in New York years ago, and a good friend of mine that lived there took me to the cellar, and that's when I first saw Rick Chrome.
Why are all these
thought-
fucking calls the worst? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
Why? This is a good
I know.
call.
I'm just kidding
Well,
with
you
you.
just
No,
ruined
I
our
just
only
thought
good
he was-
call.
Go ahead.
I just thought he was very funny, and I didn't, I often wondered why he didn't rise to at least greater stardom on a national stage when he came up with all those people that have gained such prominence. And I thought he was very good. I didn't know if your guest had any insight.
Oh,
well,
yes.
he was in a play on Broadway.
Can you let the guest?
Okay, I
give
just want to
some
throw that
insight?
in.
you can go.
No,
if you
let the
want,
guest
Rich.
give
ahead.
some insight.
Go ahead.
I think Steve from Michigan might like to see the movie when it's done. Then, as that's part of what we
I think
talked
you
about.
should be selling it individually as we go.
Yeah,
but also
to each person. Steve, leave your address with whoever took your
Maybe-
call.
No.
and I'll send you a copy in a year and a
What
half.
is your insight into Rick Chrome?
Yeah, give us
that's
a teaser.
great.
Well,
that's a great.
It is a good question. I think there's lots of reasons why he never sort of made it in quotes.
Popped,
as it were. I think timing is a lot of it. There's a lot of luck involved, but I think
No luck.
no luck.
Yeah, there's some.
It's all luck.
Are you kidding me?
I think
Not all
it's.
luck.
I think it's.
It's all nepotism
I think it's all luck too.
in Hollywood.
Look at there are people that would love to be famous that have famous parents that are still not famous. So it can't all be nepotism.
Not all. A lot in Hollywood.
Okay, Rich, you take over the show and
No,
you just
go ahead.
no. Your
I can't
opinions
go with
seem
my
to matter
opinion.
more than everybody else's.
You say luck. I say nepotism. It's a little
Go
of
ahead.
everything.
You're starting
It's
to
a
get-
little-
That's the kind of moment where you need a little music, a little like she says, oh, yeah, it's a little you do the math music. He's like, no,
Sorry,
can't- he's
I can't
got-
provide the music.
Thanks, Steve.
You know what, Steve?
I hope that helped.
Well, he starred in Urinetown, right?
He did, yeah. Yeah. And he, as you said, he wrote a musical that came very close to being on Broadway, but then didn't. So there's some bad luck.
See, I mean, it's so much
think
of it
it's-
is luck.
I think it's all
because
luck.
also you could be the exact right kind of person at the exact wrong time. Also, so
Yeah.
there's women that have come along that have been very funny and worked very hard, and they just were there at the wrong time.
Right.
I mean, when you talk to
Elaine
what's her
Boozler.
name? Elaine Boozler. Bitter old Elaine Boozler
She's not
about
bitter.
it.
She's not bitter.
Whatever.
Or did you have a fight with her on Facebook?
She fucking came after me on Facebook once.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I made a joke of somebody else's expense.
And what did Boozler have
What
to
did
say?
old bitter Boozler say? I don't remember, but she was like very mean, very pointed.
Really?
yeah.
She lashed out at you?
Listen, I've also been blocked by Roseanne Barr.
But didn't she favorite one of your tweets?
But then yesterday or 2 days ago, she favorited one of my tweets. So,
well,
But then-
Roseanne, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it just takes one little thing. You get on the right tour.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lady to the cackling vages of comedy or something, and then all of a sudden...
Look at fucking Jenny Jones. Had the best hook back in the day. All-female show.
He's got it now.
She had a great hook.
Catch. She had a crack. She had a catch.
Yes.
Roseanne Barr blocked you for reasons she shouldn't have blocked you. And I'm a big Roseanne fan because she's pro-Israel. Go ahead.
We were, had a little bit of a Twitter friendship, and then I told her to watch our movie, and then she wrote back, I would never watch a movie with my ex-husband in it. But he's in it a very short amount of time.
That's the only reason she wouldn't watch it?
And then she blocked me. Right? She said, "If you were a fan of mine, you would know that." But I was like, first of all, I've put Roseanne way to me, they're not a thing. It's been so long, and I don't think of her as
her ex-husband,
Roseanne Arnold.
Right?
Yeah, that's confusing that she would block you for that. You weren't baiting her, bringing up her ex-husband
It wasn't like
to her. He was just.
I don't think she knew that he wasn't in it very much either, because his name comes first when you go to download it on
because of the A.
I mean, if you had written to her something like, "Hey, why don't you come see your whatever Tom Arnold," and you tried to use that as some kind of way, that would be ridiculous, and you didn't do that. So that is a little odd. I like Roseanne Barr too, but I disagree on why she blocked you.
Well, I've written her back several times in my head. Of course, I can't get it to her because she's blocked me.
You can write her on Facebook.
I know. I've thought about it, but what am I going to do? And now it's gone on. Now it's been too long.
Yeah, but I'm pro Roseanne Barr.
I love her.
We love Roseanne.
I love anyone who is outspoken and.
I mean, right here, right now.
Oh,
I'm saying, yeah.
No, I am, and not because of her comedy or her entertainment, just her views on Israel.
I actually really like Elaine Boozler too. It's just they don't like me.
Why doesn't Elaine Boozler like you?
I don't know why she didn't.
I know what you mean about replaying any exchange like that, though. Your side, what you want to say. I do that. I feel like every day. I just I should have theme music for that. Just how many times I overanalyze social interactions.
I have arguments.
Could have gone. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
In my head, and I win my arguments.
Oh, isn't it great?
I fucking never lost one.
Heroic monologues,
all the time.
I have a funeral fantasy that I have all the time where I just hear everybody speak at my funeral, and they're usually just breaking down why they were wrong, about everything.
I just want to do better.
Very satisfying.
I just want to do better numbers at my funeral than Patrice. That's all. He did big numbers. I just want to do an extra 100 or 200 and have the improvs go, see, he could sell tickets. That's all I want at my funeral.
You just want your funeral to at least be a respectable fine, if not at a Howard Johnson's or something. You want the after party to be kind of a big deal.
I just want it to be, you know what I mean? I want some good speakers.
Do you think Chris Rock will show up at your funeral?
Easily. If it's during the week.
I don't know if that music is loud enough to be effective.
Can we take Aaron, who's been on hold forever, the first caller?
No, because he wants to talk about golf.
He doesn't. He's just saying that.
No, Aaron. No.
Aaron, what's up?
Yeah, I do want to talk about some golf here. Sorry, Bonnie.
Go ahead, real quick. We have two famous people in the studio.
Oh, I apologize.
Me and Rich. Boom! What? You didn't even have my back on that one.
I liked it. I smiled. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rich, who's your dark horse for the Tour Championship?
Keith Robinson. Oh, I thought you meant in life.
Oh, God.
Jason Day.
Oh, dark horse. You can't go a day.
Then, he's on fire. How can you not go with him?
He said a dark horse. Do you know what that phrase means?
Yeah,
okay.
An underdog.
Yeah. Somebody who's not on fire.
You don't expect.
Jordan Spieth.
Come on.
Well, I don't know I don't know, if you're in fifth place and, certain people have to take third place to someone to take first. That whole fucking...
I can't believe you would do an entire radio show with gum in your mouth. It's so bizarre.
There's no gum in my mouth now.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, really? Go
no.
there. Go there. Yeah. There you go.
You know, so it's so the way to win the FedEx Cup is so weird because someone could come along that's in 10th place and win because everybody else took 20th and 25th place. Is that correct?
I played golf. I don't even know.
You're on it. I mean, the Tour Championship, like, 5th place or even 10th place guy can jump to the top.
Yeah, so it makes no sense when somebody like Spieth or Day, it should be between those two. That's it.
You're on it.
You know,
I was just looking for, someone like a Billy Horschel, someone who had won there before. Not like Rory, Jordan, or Ricky or any of those guys.
I would love to see Ricky win it.
Me too.
I fucking love that kid.
I think he'd look good in the green jacket.
It's not the green jacket.
Wrong.
Well, really quick, do you guys have any dates in Minneapolis coming up?
Yeah, I'll be there in look on my website. I'm at the New Hope Cinema coming up in like November at the New Hope Cinema.
If it's if there's not snow on the ground, I'll try to send you an email. Maybe we can go swing somewhere.
Yeah, I usually play with Tom Bernard. You know where we can go play? At Troy Byrne.
I love that course.
It's fucking beautiful.
I know one day I'm going to find out it's all just
gay talk.
Yeah, it's like that's how.
Does he do this?
Want to go swing somewhere?
We'll play Troy Byrne.
Oh yeah, but he actually plays golf with people that turn out to be pretty amazing people. It's like it's weird.
Or we could play Legends or Troy Byrne.
Yeah, either one works for me. But I want to say, keep talking about golf. I love it.
All right. Well, email me. I'll be there whenever.
There's
it's on
a golf
my website.
channel. You could just switch it over to the golf channel.
Sorry, Bonnie.
Talk to you later.
Bye, Aaron.
Is there a Golf Sirius radio channel?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
I listen to
sometimes they call in, sometimes we call them.
I listen to Kadrick and McGinnis coming in tonight.
They're great, those guys.
I played golf.
You know who's good? That gal. She's fantastic.
What gal are you talking about?
She takes calls and...
What girl are you talking about?
I don't know. She was on there one time.
Oh, that's in the day. That's, I forgot her name. All right. So, I can't keep carrying this.
No, you have to, because anytime anyone else tries to talk, you go like this.
I didn't cut anybody off.
And you cut them off. Yes, you do.
I ask great questions.
Or you go, no. And you haven't been asking great questions.
I have. Yeah.
You could ask me about the early years.
How about how'd you get started there, Rachel?
So many fun-loving anecdotes.
But where are you from first? Where are you originally from?
I grew up in Maryland.
Oh, Townsend?
Bethesda.
What is this like?
Bethesda. Bethesda, and you didn't have family in the service?
No. I didn't. No, like I told you. Yeah, my dad.
Yeah, I
you
know.
Remember therapist,
but maybe he started off in the Navy.
Turned blues artist.
Okay, so you start. Where did you start?
I do have a fantasy that if I commit suicide, I don't want to commit suicide, but I just have this funny fantasy sometimes that it would be fun.
Sounds hilarious so far.
I know. You know, in the movies, just stay with me. You know, in the movies, whenever somebody like an officer is like a traitor. And then they'll put their uniform on before they blow their head off or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it would be funny if they
if you got into a depression and you were like, you know what, I'm going to commit suicide anyway.
What would be a fun, zany way to do it?
Yes.
If they found me at some dive hotel by some club in Orlando.
In
but
the
I had,
outfit you started in?
Yeah, but I had the officer's uniform, and they'd be like, "How did she get her hands on this decorated officer's uniform with all the special thing?" You know,
somewhere else.
If you're gonna blow your brains out, do it. I think if you're gonna blow your brains out, do it with your tits in the sand. Lay down,
That's better. Down, tits in the sand,
and just.
I finally got my tits in the sand.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna go with the outfit that you did your special in.
Yeah, that could be. No, it was. I don't.
What are you gonna wear? That is the most important thing about a lady's comedy special.
You're right.
What are you going to wear?
A
Heels?
pantsuit.
Are you going to do
wide-legged
with a sneak?
I'm going to call the special "My Turn."
That's it.
Let me speak.
I got some things to say. I waited. Yeah, it'll just be a wide-legged beige pantsuit. Yeah, with some action sneakers. Everyone at home, just cool your erections. I know that's a really hot thought.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of females you could find out what they wore, call them like Eliza, or different ones say, well, what did you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, of course, for the cover, you'd be naked, but,
spread eagle.
Yes. I know. I'm just going to do, my erogenous zones. Just
why don't we spend another minute all telling, everybody how much we like Roseanne Barr?
Roseanne! if you're listening,
unblock her.
Please unblock me. I am a huge fan. I enjoy you.
Did you ever
You're fantastic.
I love Roseanne.
You never did Last Comic, did you, Rachel?
I did.
What year?
Season 7. I don't remember the year.
Who won your year?
Felipe Esparza.
Who?
Felipe Esparza.
Oh, Barry's client.
It was so embarrassing because when I was about to be, when they were calling me up to see, like when it was like the elimination round, I thought I was like I was 7th, but I thought that I was going to be in the top 5. I was pretty cocky at that point. I didn't expect to be eliminated.
But you were doing well, I now remember.
I thought I was. Yeah. And then Tommy Johnigan, another
funny
really funny comic. So we would do this thing when they'd be like, comics step forward, because it was just like so foolish, you know, that I'd always make up like a humiliating dance that we'd have to do, like hold our noses or just something stupid. So I was like, tonight we should shimmy, because there's just nothing more preposterous you can do with your body than shimmy. It's just a foolish thing to do, you know? So I convinced him to shimmy with me. So I did this dumb shimmy. Nobody got the irony at home. It was a stupid idea, you know? And then right as I was done shimmying, they gave me the sweet boot, and it was so hurtful because I didn't expect it. I thought I had a few more episodes, but then I just got so many emails like, what was that dance you were doing?
Oh my God. When anytime I was on with Todd Glass, that was his season, we do these weird, like, one time I was making cookies. We were in the house. We were in the house. And he'd go, are you making cookies? I'd be like, yeah, I'm making cookies. He goes, wait, are those cookies? And we just do stupid stuff like that where we'd be like, and then people would constantly be like, what the fuck were they doing?
He's so funny.
Or people would email me and say, like, was he bothering you? Like, how do you put up with him? And
I know,
like,
nobody gets the irony. You're having this delightful time. I know.
Stupid shit.
It was so dumb. I was like shimmying. Nobody thought it was a joke. It just looked like I was like heartily shimmying. It was humiliating. And then they booted me right off the show. And Felipe's fans were crazy because they brought us forward. They were like Felipe and Rachel. It was between the two of us, and his fans were like insane. They had pictures of him, and they were like, Felipe. You know, Jews don't care. Like they don't show up for me. They're disgusted by what I'm doing.
And they don't even fucking vote. They don't want nobody.
Jews find what I'm doing distasteful usually. Yes. So I don't get this big crowd.
Not just Jews,
but I'm just saying, like Latinos are like not just Jews.
I just get everyone. I don't know why I treat you like a dude. That's what it is.
Our therapist is on the phone right now. Go, right there.
Oh, Jenny.
Hello, Rich.
Hello, Jenny.
She sounds so depressed.
She hates talking to us.
How are you?
How's it going? How's your week been?
It's been fine. My office flooded. Otherwise, I'm fine.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Flooded with what? New patients?
No, it rained for about 6 hours in Los Angeles, and our building kind of folded.
And all the cactuses overflowed.
Yeah.
6 hours.
Wow.
So, but
Rich has nothing on that.
Yeah, well, you guys have been through much worse.
Yes.
Yeah, we went through Sandy.
I wasn't home during Sandy.
You went through your house burning.
Yes.
That's also true. Our house burned down. We can't talk about it. We're still in litigation.
Oh.
Our townhouse.
If I talk about it, I have to always say...
You have to tell me?
I have to always say clearly that I did not intentionally burn my house down.
You didn't do it.
No.
It's clearly...
But if I did do it...
Are you fucking stupid? It was determined, undetermined. Determined, undetermined. How bad does this show sound tonight?
I was going to say I've really enjoyed the show.
Oh.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jenny's
Jenny's
got a very low...
I think Rachel's been awesome. I think, you talking with Aaron and everything was good.
She remembered your name.
I'm flattered.
And, I do think it's lame, though, that the producers don't have it together with the music.
Oh, my God.
I love her now.
I mean, seriously. And there's so many great opportunities.
You can see it. Everyone can see it, Louis.
Oh, God, you got to have a meeting or something's got to happen because this show
the problem
is really good.
We usually get here right before we go on, and then we take off right after. So there's
we don't have meetings.
There's been zero meetings.
Yeah. Well, an email maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if you had a little bit of music for some of the stuff you guys talk about.
I think it would,
It would just
elevate the show to a new level.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Did you hear our podcast where we went to court?
Oh my God, you guys, that was hard to listen to.
I love that. I love her so much.
Rich came to court with me. I had to go to traffic court, and Rich came as a favor to me. However, at the end, they yelled, "I could have arrested you for contempt of court" to Rich, because Rich got in a fight. Of course.
Right, yeah.
I was sticking up for my wife.
Rich.
What?
I didn't do anything wrong.
I was sticking up for my wife.
What a story.
Oh.
Everybody needs to listen to that podcast, by the way.
We're on Opie in the morning.
Because it's gonna drive absolutely everybody insane.
Because and just so I'm clear, is it insane because he won't ever cop to his part of him being part of the problem?
It's insane that it takes a really long time.
Yeah, he can't. He's got to fight back so hard.
Can people see that all I was doing was trying to help you?
No, they can see what you were trying to do. But as I said on the podcast, you went about it completely in the wrong way, and you won't look back and be like, oh, maybe I should have done something a little differently.
I didn't go about it in the wrong way. I went there completely as a gentleman.
He called someone in the court a cunt, and then they were like, you could be arrested for contempt of court.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that to anybody specifically in the courtroom.
As she walked by, I don't know what she's called, a bailiff or a...
I did not say her name. I don't know her name.
Clerk of the court. As she walked, because she lost our...
Why is Rachel looking at me like she's my upset mom?
Yeah, because everyone, you're the only person who doesn't see it. You're the only person that's like, no, I should be rewarded for going there to help my wife.
Like loudly you said it?
No, he went like this. He can't hear very well, though, so he goes like this. There's the cunt.
No, I didn't.
And
did she hear him?
Later, she said, I heard what you whispered, and I could have arrested you for contempt of court.
Yeah, but then the judge would have looked into why she was that. And they did some
No.
pretty-
No. They would have all been on her side.
Yeah,
they would have never.
I don't think that's how court goes.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been like, well,
Rachel's
let's see.
dad's a lawyer.
This guy seems like he has a legitimate beef. Let's.
Yeah.
Well, this guy seems reasonable.
You know
Let's
what's funny?
figure out what really happened here.
You know what's funny?
Both sides of the story.
Jenny, you know it's so funny how all this is pointing the finger at me when I'm not the one who drove through the red light, when my record's clean.
I know I did it wrong, but that's the thing. I already said I did it. I did a bad thing. I went to court. I was willing to pay for my crimes. Okay.
Yeah.
I was willing to do whatever I needed
to do. You didn't have a crime,
to do.
so I was sticking up for you. You don't know how to talk. You're scared. You have social anxiety.
Do you see what it's like? He's saying, I don't know how to talk to people. He's being yelled at. He's almost arrested for...
No.
Jenny, help me! Help me!
I was talking... She didn't even want to talk to the prosecutor and find out why he wouldn't dismiss it.
Because I asked at the beginning...
Richard,
let me ask
listen
you a
to her.
question.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Listen to the therapist.
Rich, first of all, I need some water because this is so intense.
Oh, my God.
Rich.
Yes, dear.
You think you were trying to do something helpful.
Yes.
Okay. And your brain is like so locked into that idea that it's making it impossible for you to see that some of your behavior was bad.
I want to cry. No, first of all, yes. No.
And he lied about the gum in his mouth. I can see it.
One piece of the behavior was bad. Everything else was okay. One piece.
Okay. So that's, and you know what? At the end of the podcast, I did hear you kind of say, okay, yeah, I did that.
And I made amends. I said, I'm sorry.
Yes. So I'm not kidding. It's a very good podcast. It really shows a lot about what you guys go through.
What I go through, Jenny. Let's be honest. What I go through.
Yeah. But two of you are in this game.
Yeah, but see, I can't articulate the way Bonnie does. She does a lot of wrong things, and I'm not a nitpicker, okay? And I'm not being racist. I'm not a nitpicker. And
I don't understand.
I
don't get it. Louis, what does he mean? Is that a racist thing to say, nitpicker?
Nit and Nig just sound similar, I think.
Oh, you're trying to be funny?
Oh, stop. Will you break everything down? Do I break everything down?
I didn't know. I was like, I've said nitpicker in public before. I didn't know. I thought, is that a racist thing?
See what I mean? You're not smart. I have to deal with a lot of things that Bonnie, and I don't bring them up because I love her and there's no reason.
I've never said nitpicker. You know what? I got worried for nothing. I just went back and I realized I never said that.
Okay, here's another thing, too. Okay? I don't try to change Bonnie because she's too old, so you got to accept a person for what they are at this point in life. And you got to make do with what you have, the tools you have together, and deal with each other's shortcomings and some of their character defects. But overall, the love overrides all of that stuff.
Well,
that comes through. That's very obvious to me, and that always comes through, no matter what you guys are talking about or going through. Is that the love is there?
Can I just say this, and this is the last? I agree. Accept people, and I do try to accept you, but you have zero learning curve.
That's not true.
So I feel like look, if Rachel gave me some advice right now about how I'm behaving, I would listen to that, take it in, think about it, write her an email, delete it. You know what I mean? I would, no. You learn from other people. I could be one of the people that you learn things from. I'm not saying you have to take everything I say, but sometimes if a situation ends where someone's yelling, I could arrest you for contempt of court, and everyone else is ushering you out of the building and there's about to be mayhem, you could
Everyone
go, wow,
else is
that
just
went
you.
really not the way I wanted it to go. Let me reflect on how it could have gone better. Instead of just digging in your heels and being like, I wasn't wrong.
We went out for a nice dinner that night. How nice was that place?
I gotta go.
No, okay, no.
No, I really can't do it anymore.
Are
Jenny,
you sure?
I can't do it anymore. Why'd you bring it up? Jenny, I blame you.
I get a speech every night. Today she called me. Wait, what was the speech I got today over the phone about getting her ready, Raina's stuff? And I had no problem.
I just said, I've got everything by the door, ready to go. I forgot to put headphones in. Can you please put headphones in?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, that's something. You go, I got it. All right.
You got to see how pretty Bonnie looks tonight.
Shut up. No, don't fall for it. Don't fall. I used to fall for it too. That's what he does when he's wrong. When he's wrong, he tries to take the heat off. He thinks he's so slick.
Yeah, you're beautiful. You're right. That's disgusting.
Oh, it's horrible.
The more I think about it, yeah.
Oh, I'll call somebody a cunt, but let me tell you how beautiful you look right now.
Look at that beautiful face. Why don't you shut your mouth, huh? Keep looking so pretty like that. God damn it. How did I fall for it?
Yeah. Everyone does. I heard him say nice things about you on the radio. He's wonderful.
He would have done it to that bailiff. Fucking cunt. Ah, you're beautiful. What are you worried about? You're just a cunt, that's all.
You're a cunt, but look at that body,
face, you big cunt.
Look at that body on you.
Look at that sweet ass, pretty little face. Wish you wouldn't use it to think and talk a lot. You do. You busy yourself a lot, don't you? Just sit there. Shh. You're right. It's not okay.
Whoa. How's your golf game?
It sucks.
Oh, Jenny, you sound depressed a little. Is everything,
Everything is good. Everything is great. It's the golf, Rich. You know how I golf. I have a decent short game.
Yeah, but see, here's the deal, Jenny. You're playing the toughest courses in the country. It's not like it's not like you're going to, Griffith Park or whatever. You're playing Bel Air and Riviera. Top golfers have tough times at these courses.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Dr. Jeff is on the phone, too. This is what happens when Jenny calls. We can't get Dr. Jeff to call.
This is great.
Get him on. Is that from Denver?
Yes, it's our other therapist.
Okay.
Give him my love.
Oh, wait, no, hang
go
on.
ahead. You're on the air with him, Dr. Jeff.
Yeah, I'm here. I was going to say, I've been calling. You guys just haven't been taking my calls.
You haven't been making it clear, I don't think.
How much more clear than Dr. Jeff can I get?
I'm here to help in all caps.
Okay, that's what I'll do next time.
Okay, what's the deal, Dr. Jeff?
Well, what I was going to say is you do not have to accept character flaws. That's what psychology is based on.
Thank you. Yeah.
He said we don't have to accept them?
No, you don't have to accept it. Your little speech, which could add some music after we fucking talked about it, by the way, about accepting people's flaws. Dr. Jeff is calling you out on that shit.
I think...
I mean, that was a nice little monologue you had. But,
Thank you.
That's what the whole profession is based on, is changing people for the better.
Yeah, but you're right. You want to change for the better, and you want to change to be able to live with yourself, okay? Not with others. Do you understand? I mean, yes,
Are we not a social species?
No. I mean, first for yourself. First for yourself. Because if you can live with yourself, then you can live with others. You see what I'm saying?
It is working.
I sort of get it, but we're a social species, and you can't tell me that relationships don't matter.
I didn't hear that part, but
we're social species.
Relationships matter.
What do you say?
Relationships matter.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But do you think the whole relationship should be two people?
The music's fucking with him.
Wait, no. Do you think we and stretch it 3 more minutes? We're going to go an extra 3 minutes today.
He says he can't because
listen, real quick. Do you think that the whole relationship should be 2 people trying to change each other throughout the whole fucking thing?
Not.
Then if that's not it, then you got to accept people for what they are.
No, you don't.
You can accept parts, but if it's
that's what I said.
You
parts.
shouldn't accept it. You shouldn't accept it for
I
yourself.
said parts. I said, listen, you might like him. I like Jenny way better than him. Okay.
Okay, fine. You take Jenny. I'll take Dr. Jeff. Is that how you want to do this? Straight down the middle.
Anyway.
Guess what Dr. Jeff can do?
Okay, we got 30
Give
seconds.
Meds.
All right. Okay. Look. Thank you, everybody, for calling.
Jenny,
Thank you.
I love you.
Jenny, you're
I would
the
never
best.
give you up for
Love
Dr.
you guys.
Jeff.
All right. This weekend. This weekend, Arlington Cinema Draft House. Next weekend, Comedy Works in Albany. Thank you guys for coming in. It was great. Thank you. Dees, Jeff, Jenny, everybody. Thank you. Bonnie will be at Helium next Tuesday and Wednesday. Go to Rachel's website. What is it?
Rachel-Feinstein.com, or just go to my Twitter at Rachel Feinstein.
And when the movie Rick Holmes documentary comes out, you got to see it because I know the guys are putting a lot of work into it.
Do you have a name yet, a title?
It's called Oh Rick.
Oh, Rick.
Oh, Rick.
Thank you, everybody.